around Get in the Box. We are only looking for some debates. If you disagree with the fact that America has fallen, and when I say America is falling, I feel like I just keep getting proven right. Every time I check the news or, check my social feeds or like anything like that, I see Mandarin Mussolini fucking shit up more. It's super interesting. It's like we live in this dystopian world. And I'm still convinced that all of this is because he's terrified to release the Epstein files. Like I feel like we are on the brink of World War III because Donald Trump is afraid to let people find out that he's a PDF file. I guess where we are. Anyway, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. Knock out the daily gift goal. Get in the box if you disagree with anything on the background. Let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate.
This is a mind game.
Facts type life, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok tease, it's a war zone talk. No script, no
fuck off, Ryan West.
No safe walk. Great stats will get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey.
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air.
Ain't no
rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no
shield. Better know your stuff
for you.
Get revealed.
Step in.
Don't you wanna sparring with Santana? I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right,
or you don't even vote.
If your logic is weak,
I'll sink your boat. Hey.
You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force.
What?
The test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Hey.
You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Let go.
Step in if you dare.
Hey. Hey.
Hard like a punch
Hey.
in the air.
Hey.
In the air.
Hey.
Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. What up, Joe?
No cap, no
what up, Greenland?
I mean,
not Greenland, Ireland. Holy smokes.
Step in, don't you wanna sparring with Santana? Step in, yeah, you care. Hit hard like a punch in the air.
Thank you for the hard hands. Kitty Cup, how to partner. What up, Gucci? Gucci, I love you. You're so awesome.
No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? Konzi, let's go. Sparring with Santana.
Yeah. This ain't your safe place.
It is not.
This is flame space.
It absolutely is.
Sparring with
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Guys, welcome in. Welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or someone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, guys. I would love if I could get someone up here that actually can prove me wrong, that disagrees with the background. The fact that you said cringy AI song, this, Bub, it's not AI. It's not AI. You're just a hater. You're just a hater. Anyway, I would love to get someone up here who, for some reason, doesn't think that America has fallen. Because where we are today, we have a fascist government that is literally dismantling our Constitution on a daily basis. Daily basis. We have street violence that is tearing through not only Minnesota, but through other parts of the country. Global warmongering. Donald Trump is saber rattling all across the board. Preparing to sanction different preparing to add tariffs to different European countries that are opposing him from being able to take Greenland. Fucking wild. I think it's all connected with the Epstein list. I keep saying this, and I said this for a second earlier, but I'm adamant about this. The reason why Donald Trump is trying to start wars, trying to collapse the economy, trying to fight the citizens in the United States of America is because he doesn't want people to know that he touched kids. That's it. Prove me wrong. Last but not least, white fragility. Specifically male white fragility. Like, the reason we are where we are today, the reason why our country is an absolute, this may offend a few people when I say this, but you know, for the people that are on the right side of history that live in this place, I love you, and this isn't personal. So just know that. But Donald Trump has turned the United States into the Florida of the world. The way the rest of the country looks at Florida is the way that the rest of the world looks at the U.S. And that's all because of white fragility. This country is like white men. White men. What are we doing? I got an idea, and it's gonna be, I started to switch topics today, but it's gonna be a switch starting tomorrow. But I'll give a bit of a teaser. I think it's time for men to give it up and just let women do the thing. Like, men, I think that we had our shot, and I think it's time to give the women the opportunity. Anyway, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Chaos, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I came up on accident.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, I'll
It's
drop
okay.
it down.
Thank you. So there's new reports out today. Apparently, Donald Trump is having the Pentagon gear up for about 1,500 troops to deploy to Minnesota. We have to see like how that actually materialize. It could just be one of those things, but it could actually be something. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or someone that disagrees with something on the background?
I was gonna tell you something, bro. I got a friend that supports Trump.
Wait. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I got a friend that supports Trump. I don't know if you want to like debate him.
Are they there now?
He's gonna join soon. He's doing something right now, but
how old is he?
He's 18.
Okay, what's his username?
It's Tay, I think.
Tay?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, I'll remember your account, but if you're gonna be here and once he gets in, if you can like spam the chat a couple of times and say that he's in the request, and I'll get him in.
Okay, I got you. All right, bro.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You know what's the thing that I actually appreciate, and I'm hoping that I get more of this, but it seems like I'm getting to the point where excuse me, I'm getting to the point where certain people actually come specifically to debate me. And it's not that like, oh, I'm getting American Advocate, you can get out of the request as well. American Advocate and Ryan, both of you can leave. Ryan West, American Advocate, I'm not talking to either one of you. Like, there's no reason to talk to American Advocate because I still think that you're a troll. Like, I know you support Rand Paul, whatever. Anyway, like no thank you. But Ryan West, you're an absolute POS. I would never platform you. One thing that I will say, if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background, get in the box wrong and look for some debates. One thing that I will say is while I respect every single person that does lives, right? Because this takes a lot of time, energy, and effort. You have to make sure that you're on your game. You have to make sure that you're up to date with things. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to ensure that you can run a successful live. And even more so, I understand that depending on your topic, a lot of people run into a position, especially if it's a political debate and you're looking to debate Trump supporters. It's
an instance where they don't necessarily want to get up and debate anymore. Like they're scared to debate. There's a few of the same people that continue to circulate around, but there's some who are terrified to actually get in the box, and that's why they talk in the chat. Hi, Tiffany, are you a Trump supporter or someone that disagrees with something on the background?
No, it was an accident, Santana.
Okay, no worries. I'll drop you down. They hide in the chat, just like this guy, Brian Chamacho or whatever. They hide in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you, Bub. Get in the box. They hide in the chat, right? And so that's why I make sure while they're here, I let them know that like my chat is in their safe space. But then you have a certain few people who are actively harmful, right? Actively harmful. And what I refuse to do is to platform those actively harmful people like Ryan West. Ryan West absolutely gets no access to my platform, period. I just can't, I can't platform those people. Brian, are you a Trump supporter or you just disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, it's to report Trump.
Okay. Is there any way you can turn the music off in the background?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, I refuse to platform these super harmful people. And then also, like, I can't suffer fools, right? So, like, specifically, like Brock and Gage, right? Like, they had their times. And while you guys know me, I enjoy, like, a laugh. I enjoy a good time. Like, I enjoy all of that. But I refuse to actually continue to engage with people who bring absolutely nothing.
I have
and that's
question.
what I was telling Phil the other day, or Creed.
El Trump is bad or why?
Oh, Brian, do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in the U.S.? It's okay if you're not. I mean, I'll talk to you, but are you in the U.S.? Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, Troy. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I did vote for Trump. Do I like everything he's doing? No, because I can call out my politician for his actions. Unlike Democrats, they can't call out shit.
Oh, okay. I get that. All right. But just to verify, so you did vote for him and you can hold him accountable, which is good, right? That's a good thing. We should definitely be able to do that. But just to verify, if the election were held today, knowing everything that you know, and you had to pick between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, who would you pick?
I would have voted.
No. You have to pick one.
No, I would have voted for Trump then.
Okay, perfect. All right, give me 1 second here, Troy. Troy, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, but quick question before we go too far. Do you know who I am?
I have no clue who you are.
Okay, that's fair. Listen, Troy, that's absolutely fair. Would you mind if I give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
That's fine.
Perfect. Give me one moment here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or someone that disagrees with something on the background. I am Santana, and guys, if you don't mind, if you're friendly, if you agree, then tap the screen, please. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Also, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals. It'll boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Send your daily heart me. If you look up at the top, if you see follow, hit that follow button.
hit that follow button. We're driving to 80,000 followers, and I need each and every one of you. Listen, if you guys got me, I got you. So if we're locked in, if we're twins, then go ahead and hit that follow button. But send your daily heart me if it's gray. Turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. Last but not least, sharing the live is awesome, right? If we can share it once or twice, that's perfectly fine. But something that I really need you guys to do is to hit that repost. Apparently, reposting the live does a lot. Hey, thank you for the fireworks, Kiara. Reposting the live does a shit ton. So please, guys, repost the live. I'm gonna keep resetting the little gift goals. Troy, so you said that you voted for Trump. You still support him today, but not everything that he's doing. But you feel like you can hold Donald Trump accountable, which you mentioned, like you don't think the Democrats can. And to a certain extent, I agree with you, right? I think there's a lack of accountability on both sides. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to push back too hard on that. But the question I do have, Troy, is, do you think America's fallen?
I don't think America's fallen yet.
Mm.
I'm waiting for 2030 to come around, and then America's going to fall.
Why 2030?
Yeah.
Why 2030? That's super specific.
Well, I am a pagan, so.
Oh, wait. Are you predicting the end of the world?
Predicting the end of the United States.
What does it have to do with being a pagan then?
See, me, I have a little issue.
Okay.
When I go to sleep at night, I don't have one of your normal dreams.
Okay, I don't want to do this one. I did not listen. Troy, I'm traveling right now. I'm on the East Coast and I'm visiting my family. And the thing that I forgot to actually pack was my tinfoil hat. So I can't do that. I can't do it right now because if we do it, then it's gonna seep into my brain, and then I'll be like one of us. So I can't do that. So let's stick to this. Do you think that the vote that you cast, right, the support that you have given Donald Trump, which has caused him to actively destroy our country, do you feel like you're directly, fueling on the collapse of the country?
Not really.
Okay. What do you think about how Donald Trump is going about everything? Is there anything on the background that you look at and you say, oh, I completely disagree with you on that, Santana, and I'll run through this really quick. Our government, we have a government full of fascists, literally Nazis, Troy, like full blown, not even joking. But also there's street violence. The Trump administration is actively destroying the state of Minnesota in multiple ways, but this is all across the country. There's global warmongering, right? I mean, like literally the US is posturing against NATO, our allies. It's fucking wild. The Epstein list, it's the catalyst for all of this. The Epstein list is not only something that's being, hidden by Donald Trump, but I think that the global elites, right? The global elites are also spurring Trump on, like, hey, don't put that list out. They're all getting down with it. And last but not least, white fragility. Troy, are you a white man?
I am an American.
Sure, but are you white?
My skin is white, but I am
Okay,
an
cool.
American.
All right, I mean, that's your nationality. That's what's up. Troy, do you think that white men, the white fragility is the reason why our country is in the shithole today?
Well, that I'll have to agree with you over the last 50 years.
No.
I mean, longer than that,
50
but
years. Yeah, like the history of I mean, we could talk about the entire globe, but like the almost 250-year history of the United States of America, I blame like the overarching bad things that have occurred within our country and the things that our country has done. I specifically put that at the feet of white men. You agree?
Well, you can blame the white man for that. I don't claim to be white.
No. Not the white man. I'm not sitting up here saying the white man holding us back. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying white
nobody
men
holding you back.
Right. I'm saying white men specifically. White men, not the white man. White men. There's a huge difference. People like to use like the white man as this, fictional boogeyman. No, I'm talking about white men specifically. The white men that have controlled the direction of our country. Like the fact that a majority of Congress members throughout the history of the country were white men. The fact that the Constitution was specifically written for white men that own land. And the fact that every single law that has been passed, there's never been a law that has, actively disenfranchised white men, but they've passed laws and legislations to actively disenfranchise other minority groups. So like I put all of this at the feet of white men specifically.
Well, that's what I can't understand is, I mean, it was even during slavery times. The Constitution was written, but the Constitution wasn't meant for the black man, but they're trying to protect it.
The Constitution was, again, only meant for white men that own land. Every single demographic outside of white men that own land had to be given rights. But while I do admit the Constitution, I think the Constitution needs to be completely replaced and updated with something new. At the point that we're at right now, people are trying to defend the actual rights that are given within the Constitution. And like every single opportunity, you have a certain group of white men that push back and try to strip away rights even more. Howdy, partner. So I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I love the Constitution, but you sitting here saying like, oh, people who aren't white men protecting the Constitution is a negative. That's not true.
Like I said, our government's been fucked up for so many fucking years.
Then why did you support Donald Trump then? Like, help me understand that, because if you thought the government was
okay, why did I
would you
support
put him in
Donald
power?
Trump?
I'm sorry?
Okay, we got all these white men, rich white men, cooking their books every single day of the year. But they only attacked one white man.
What white man? What one white man was attacked?
They attacked Donald Trump.
Who attacked Donald Trump?
The Democrats.
How did the Democrats attack Donald Trump?
Did they not audit Trump?
You mean the IRS?
Did they not?
Wait, are you talking about the IRS?
I'm talking about the Democrats.
Right. When you say audit Donald Trump, are you talking about auditing his taxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people get audited.
Walmart don't get audited.
I'm sure
IBM don't get audited.
I'm sure corporations get audited. I'm sure. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's you know what? Time to play the game. Give me 1 second. Let's see here.
See, me, I don't play that double standard game because I know Walmart cooking their books. I used to work for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When someone brings in a phony $100 bill.
Walmart is they do their financial statements through Ernst & Young. They have invested. Hold on 1 second. Subject to the IRS scrutiny. Their last IRS audit isn't publicly disclosed. It's confidential, and but they have gone through investigations, and specifically, it looks like the DOJ and SEC has been investigating Walmart for foreign corrupt practices, for the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act. There's also, let's see here, the last time they failed a compliance issue was in 2019, and the compliance issue was checked, holy shit, by the DOJ and SEC.
and they were looking into bribery and inadequate internal controls, which were separate from the IRS tax audit.
What
So
have they done about it?
the point that I'm trying to get across is that, like, while you sit here and say, oh, Walmart, you know, doesn't get audited, like, yeah, no, Walmart, not only do they get audited, but there's been active investigations into Walmart. Now, do I think the Walmart and corporations as a whole get away with the shit ton, even if they are audited? Sure. But for you to sit here and say, oh, all
Because our
Walmart isn't
government
audited.
made the laws to allow them to do that.
Okay. But again,
that's why
so
they get away with it.
Sure. But like the point that I'm trying to get across is you're sitting here like saying that Donald Trump was somehow an anomaly and they specifically only targeted Donald Trump. That's not true. Like, it's literally not true. People get audited all the time. And the reason why we knew that Donald Trump was being audited is because he was running for president, and presidents normally release their taxes or their tax return. And Donald Trump wasn't doing that. Donald Trump didn't want to release his tax return. And he kept saying, oh, you know, I'm being audited by the IRS. I can't release it. And it's so complicated. And you know what, Troy, you know why Donald Trump didn't want to actually release his tax forms?
Because he was doing the same thing everybody else was doing.
Yep. 1 year he pays $750 in taxes. Troy, has there ever been a year where you have paid $750 or less in taxes?
Oh, fuck no.
Then why is Donald Trump a billionaire out here paying $750 in taxes?
The laws to allow them to get away with that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's tax loopholes. I actually do agree with you on that. But the point that I'm getting across, Troy, is like you're saying like Donald Trump was being targeted. He wasn't being targeted. Like he was corrupt and he wanted to hide it. And so like no one actually targeted him. He proved it by the fact that he paid $750 in taxes regardless. Again, so we know that he wasn't actually targeted. Why else would you give our country to the megalomaniac, like the wannabe Hitler? Like, why would you give the power, especially after he tried to overthrow the government? Why would you give him power again?
Well, the 2020 election is kind of confusing to me. I've never voted before this particular term.
How's the 2020 election confusing?
Okay, let's go back to Reagan.
No. I don't want to go back to Reagan. How was the 2020
From Reagan
election?
election.
No, I don't want to go back to Reagan. How was the 2020 election confusion?
Well, I'm trying to explain it.
Why did Ronald Reagan vote in the 2020 election?
Yeah, he probably voted for himself.
W's in the chat for Amanda for the $3.33 to say, quiet, kids, it's church time. Oh, the Reverend is about to preach. Good to see you again, Santana. Amanda, thank you so much for that donation, and thank you for the love and support. Yeah, hopefully we get an opportunity to take someone to church. Yeah. W's in the chat for Valerie for the $5 donation saying, just curious, did you see that Jake Lang footage? I wonder if he finally gets it. He doesn't. But you know what I thought when watching like what happened with Jake Lang? Like, not gonna hold you. What I thought while watching Jake Lang is Nazis have gotten too comfortable not getting punched in the mouth. And we need to bring back, I could have sworn we all agreed, along with Indiana Jones, that we would punch Nazis in the face. Bad guy Jay, are you a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background?
Yeah. I'm a Trump supporter, man.
Okay, perfect. Can you give me 2 seconds? I've finished thanking a couple of people and then we'll get into it.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, thank you. W's in the chat for Brandy for the $1 donation saying, not using my long-winded message, LOL, just sending some love and support today. Brandy, thank you so much. Your love and support is much needed, especially today. I promise you. Thank you. W's in the chat for Megan for the $1 donation saying, I enjoy your WWE, WWF references. Love you. I love you too. I love it when people who know when people who know, because, you know, I say a lot of stuff that I don't stop to explain, and either you get it or you don't. So W's in the chat for you, Megan. W's in the chat for Miss Babs, who sent a $2 super chat to say, thank you for what you do. Stay strong and safe. Absolutely, Miss Babs. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, and I appreciate your love and support. W's in the chat for Nika, who sent a $5 super chat to say, Santana, do you have any advice for me? I'm going to say the father of my child. I'm going to say that. I don't like the other term. Takes our son to on the weekend, and I'm worried if ICE detains him, I won't see him again. Man, that's honestly a tough situation. I think that it would be there's no situation where you could say like you don't want your child to be with his father. I mean, like if your child has an active father-in-law in their life, and then you should welcome that. I would just put in any type of precautions that I could to ensure the safety of him and your child. Right, for them to be smart, to be aware. I also know there's some apps that people can download that actively gives them information and access to what's happening as far as ICE raids, and just be aware of any type of news and things that are happening. Nika, I'm so sorry to hear that, and I'm so sorry that I don't have more that I can give you, but yeah, just be safe, and be aware. W's in the chat for Kathy for the $20 donation. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Kathy, for the 20. Saying thank you, Santana, for being a calming voice amongst the noise. I try to be. I really, really try to be. Thank you so much, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. 1.5 thousand of us hanging out here on the TikTok. Go ahead and hit that like button. Get the likes up to 200,000. Like, also, if you look up at the top, you see the word follow. That means you're not following me. This is the main account. We're trying to get the main account to 80,000 followers. So go ahead and hit that follow button. Lock in with me, twin. And follow the backup as well. If you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. We should have as many thumbs ups as we have people watching. So hit that thumbs up. All right, Jay, sorry. I apologize. So you are a Trump supporter. And so I guess the question I have for you, Jay, is I've listed out multiple things on the background that I think that our country is fallen, and it's because of the different things that are currently occurring, right? We have a fascist government. There's violence in the street. Donald Trump is warmongering across the globe. They're trying to hide the Epstein list, which I would love to talk about that one because there's something that people might not know. And last but not least, it's all because of white fragility. Like specifically, white men are the reason why we are where we are today. But Jay, is there a point on the background that you feel strong about that you think that you can actually prove me wrong on?
Well, actually, in general, just generally speaking about your prompts in the back, I don't think America has fallen. I actually think America is doing pretty good. And as far as the fascist government, I mean, I don't really see any fascist tendencies from Trump.
Really? That's super interesting that
really,
you say that because Donald Trump specifically is a fascist. Like not only specifically is he a fascist, but he actually exhibits all 9 principles or the 9 core principles of fascism, but even more so the 14, he exhibits all 14 tenets of fascism. So like, that's interesting that you would think that Trump isn't a fascist. Like he's literally a fascist. The question, Jay, do you know what fascism is?
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty familiar with those 9 terms that you just spoke about, but I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as Trump doing what he's able to do as the most powerful man in the world, being the leader of the free world, or the free country, America. So like him going in, getting Venezuela, trying to acquire Greenland. I mean, there's nothing illegal about what he's doing.
Okay. Well, so all right, let's do this, right? Because the one thing that I make sure that I tell people when it comes to being a fascist, right? It's not about meeting certain tenets. It's about for a consensus meeting the 9 core principles, but even more so, like I said, Donald Trump meets all 14 tenets. And you can sit here and talk about like the things that he's doing that you think isn't like, a bad thing or, just things that we need to do. But how about this? I want to take it in a different direction. There's a couple of tenets of fascism that I think that we can kind of dig into, that Donald Trump is absolutely getting into, and I would love for you to pick one, and we can dive into that. We can talk about the rampant sexism. We can talk about control of mass media. We can talk about a disdain for the intellectuals and arts, or we can talk about rampant cronyism and corruption. Any one of those four that you think like Donald Trump doesn't actually exhibit: the rampant sexism, control mass media, disdain for intellectuals and the arts, or rampant cronyism and corruption.
You know what? That almost sounds like your typical politician to me. I mean, everything you just listed.
Yeah, I mean,
it
again,
almost sounds like your typical politician, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that. The one thing that people, again, I try to harp on this, like there's people that exhibit tenets of fascism, and it's not about one-offs, but it's about the fact that Donald Trump exhibits all 14. And that's why I said, you know, for us to get to the heart of it, is there one that you think that's absolutely, I can run through all of them and you can pick one, but I want to know, is there any tenet of fascism that you think Donald Trump doesn't exhibit?
No, he as far as his personality goes, I mean, I think he kind of hits on a lot of those. I mean, but
so he is a fascist.
I don't really look at it as him. I just don't look at it as a bad thing, to be honest. I mean, I look at
Oh, wait, so you don't think being a fascist is bad? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it all depends. I mean, I think
what's fascism?
Look, I think we all exhibit fascist traits from time to time.
Sure. What's fascism?
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I could pull up the definition.
I mean, I have it in front of me. I can read it off, but not even just the definition. What do you think? What do you think fascism is?
Basically, it's like my way or the highway type thing. If I want to just kind of just put it in a nutshell, you know, that's my general view of it. But like I said, in some instances, I don't think that's actually too bad.
You think it's just like being kind of like a strong leader, like a very straightforward and like guiding presence that drives things in a certain direction. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You know, sometimes I think sometimes you need a forceful person, you know, in certain situations.
Okay.
You know, you can't always be passive and worry about other people's feelings all the time.
Okay. Do you know of any fascist leaders throughout the history of the world?
Well, everybody knows about the guy with the mustache.
Hitler? Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I would say Maduro, the one we just kidnapped.
Maduro?
He didn't even want to step down from his he pretty much didn't leave office, so I would say he's
Maduro was a dictator. I think a lot of people conflate a lot of these terms. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a whole step back. So fascism is an authoritarian, ultra-nationalistic political ideology characterized by dictatorial leaders, centralized autocrat, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and economy, right? That's the actual definition of a fascist. Some of the fascists that we've seen throughout the history of the world, you mentioned Hitler in Germany, but the father of fascism is Mussolini. We got Franco in Spain. And then also we had Alberto Salazar that was in Spain as well. The point that I'm trying to get across is that some of the people who have implemented the worst oppression throughout the history of our world has been known fascist. And so the idea that being like a fascist is just being a strong leader, that's not true, right? You can actually be a Salazar. Yeah, was it Portugal? Hold on, no. I got to check that. One of the misbelievings is that it's like, it's just being a strong leader, and that's not true. right? It's literally, it was Portugal. I'm sorry. Why the fuck did I say Spain? It was Portugal. Good call. Thank you for that. Holy shit. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I said Spain. It was Portugal. I got to make sure I update my notes. He was an economist and former prime minister of Portugal. W's in the chat for whoever called that out for me. But the point being is that it's not just about being a strong leader. Like literally they harm their people. And that's what Donald Trump is actively doing. He's harming American citizens today. Like literally we have people dying in the street while we have Nazis running our government.
How's Donald Trump harming American people? I mean, it's not, Trump didn't tell the protesters to go out there and get in the way of ICE's operations. I mean, they put themselves in that situation. Now, okay. Picture this. Just picture this.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if no protesters were on the road and ICE were just out there doing their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
No protesters, no people trying to impede, no people blocking traffic, rioting.
Mm-hmm.
There would be peace.
And you think
the
so?
only chaos that you guys
think there would be peace?
Yeah, the only chaos. Yeah, the only chaos you guys are seeing is from the protesters antagonizing ICE. So if protesters would stop antagonizing ICE and let them do their job, then there would be a lot. It would be a lot more peaceful than what it's been.
So the protesters is why ICE has been throwing like flash bangs into people's cars. The protesters is why ICE has shot like pastors in the face with pellet balls. The protesters is why ICE has essayed people, right? The protesters is why ICE is literally kicking in people's doors while they're sleeping. The protesters is why ICE has been pulling the weapons and putting it in people's faces. The protesters is why ICE has been ramming people off the roads that are just driving. So the protesters are the ones that are causing ICE to do all those things. That's what you're saying, Jay.
Yeah, but as far as like the other incidents, like there's a few incidents here and there where they probably went a little bit overboard. But just generally speaking, you got too many people in the road blocking ICE and not letting them do their job. And so despite all of those little things you just said, it would still be a lot more peaceful without them in the way.
Question for you, Jay. Do you believe in the Constitution?
Yeah.
Do you believe in your First Amendment right to freedom of speech and to openly protest and without retaliation from the government?
Yeah, but just protest. Don't go ramming your car into other people and being all in the road. Get on the sidewalk, hold your little sign up and protest.
Wait, so your premise is wait, hold on. Your premise is protesting is stopping or standing on the sidewalk. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Get out the street. People got places to go, bro. Like people got to go to work. People getting off work. You do understand
that the point of protesting is shutting down the normal functions of daily life to cause a disruption to not only amplify your voice and your message, but to force some type of change that allows progression, right? That's why people block roadways or highways or stop people from being able to go in and out of certain areas. It's literally to interrupt the day-to-day life to amplify the message.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty selfish and stupid. So in my opinion, you either like that's why I'm glad in Florida, like I think there's a law where you could actually run somebody out, get them out the way. They're not just allowed to stand there in front of you like that.
So you think we should be running protesters over with the car?
They're stupid enough to get in the street. Okay. My mama didn't raise me like that. I don't know. I don't know about y'all's parents, but I was raised not to stay away from cars in the street. Yeah. So if you want to be dumb and go run in the street, then hey, whatever happens. Please
don't use the DUMB word. That's ableist. I don't let people say that on my platform. Okay. All good. Listen, it's interesting to me that you are sitting here and justifying like violence for using your First Amendment right. You think that people protesting and standing in the street is warrant for you to run them over with your car, even though, yes, you live in Florida, which again, holy fuck, I say this all the time. Florida's a different country. But Ron DeSantis has sanctioned that action, which is fucking wild. That's not normal, Jay. That's not normal. You shouldn't be willing to run people over with your car just for blocking your passage. That doesn't make sense. You have a lack of consideration for human. Troy, are you pro-life?
You said me? Oh, Troy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not
Jay.
Troy. I
Sorry.
was thinking about the last guy I was talking to. Sorry. Jay.
Oh.
Jay, are you pro-life? Do you believe that women should have access to abortions?
Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of neutral on that one. I mean, I don't really stand strong either way on that one. Because I know that there are certain circumstances where a woman would probably feel the need to AB her baby.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about elective abortions. Do you think women should, as long as they make the decisions and say, like, I want to have an abortion, do you think women should be able to have abortion?
Yeah. I personally don't have a problem with that. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. I got 2 kids. I never, but as far as somebody else making that decision for themselves, I don't really have a problem with that. That's their decision.
Got it. What about like social safety nets? Do you think that we should actually be able to provide certain things for people, like access to food, access to healthcare, access to housing? Do you think we should do that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
In fact, I think some of the money that's being spent on these wars, and not only from Trump administration, from previous administrations too, like a lot of those billions and trillions of dollars could have actually, I mean, that could have pretty much solved the homelessness crisis in this country. So
yeah, no, I mean, there's many ways we can address the housing crisis within our country. Okay, I'm a little bit confused then. So, like, everything else that you've said so far is not like you're necessarily saying that you have an overall disdain for human life. So I can't, hit you with that label and go in that direction. But it doesn't make sense that you think that protesting then validates or it should cause to someone being hit by a car. Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't understand how you square that circle.
I mean, look, bro, like, okay, like I said, I don't mind when somebody protests. Just get out of my way. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't want anyone to personally impede you. Is that what you're saying?
Get out of my way. Yeah, like, get out of the way, get out the street so traffic can keep going, because I got places to be.
So it's about you.
Go have your little protest on the side of the road somewhere.
But again, so the actual premise of protesting without real world implications, like it's useless. Like, if you don't actually cause a discomfort in day-to-day life, then how are you expecting to affect any type of change?
I mean, I get what you're saying, because I mean, if I look at it from your view, it'll be like saying, okay, these people are okay. Let's say they're on the sidewalk and you're like, well, ain't nothing really going on, because I mean, ain't nobody really paying attention to us, and the only way they're going to pay attention to us is if we get in the street. So I do understand that, but at the same time, I personally don't feel bad about if something happens to a protester who's out there like that. Y'all chose to go out there, be in the way. That's why with the whole Renee situation, I'm not. I mean, it's bad that what happened to her, but do I feel sorry for her? No. And I don't feel sorry for any other protester that decides to, try to, drop their nuts and get in ISIS's face. I mean, whatever happens, happens.
They murdered Renee. They murdered Renee Good. Like, he shot her in the left temple. But like that's not even the point that I'm going to. I guess the question I have, right? Because like, these people that are protesting, they're literally protesting for you as well, Jay. Like, that's the funny thing. But Jay, are you a black man?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm black. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jay, do you know what back when black people were fighting for civil rights, one of the biggest protests, one thing that they often did was sit-ins. You know what a sit-in is?
No. What's that? I'm not familiar with that term.
A sit-in is where they would go into like local restaurants, diners, different places, and they would go in and they would sit down at like counters and booths and everything and take up the space for like being able to access the areas or restaurant or whatever, but not order anything. Like they would literally just sit there, and they're not, people can't come in and sit down and eat. And so the establishment was losing money, and it was stopping them from being able to go about their daily function and daily life, which again caused like those places to call the police and, you know, for people to be dragged out and all this other stuff, right? So sit-ins were a disruption to everyday life for white people at that time, stopping them from not only being able to eat, but stopping the flow of money throughout the actual local economy due to the sit-in. That was one of the many, but one like catalyst that allowed Black people to take their freedoms and their rights. Do you think that those people that were conducting the sit-ins, do you think that they should have been killed?
Nah, man. In fact, I would rather people do that. Why can't we do that? How come the protesters don't do that today? Like that would be a lot safer. You know, you won't be in the street.
Wait, you do understand that like that's the same thing. Blocking the road is the, thank you for the corgi. It's like the same thing as far as the sit-in. It's just, it's a different form. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah, okay, but it's traffic. Like, okay, all right. I see what you're saying, though. I mean, I see what you're saying. It's a form of, basically, it's a form of stopping day-to-day operations so people can pay attention to your protest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand. I just feel like it's just dangerous. Like some people ain't, you know, it's just dangerous to be out there.
Fighting
like
for freedoms and rights is dangerous. People are going to die. Like literally, the reason why Renee lost her life is because she was fighting for human rights, right? This is the one thing that I tell white people all the time. Your proximity to Blackness, or, you know, your proximity to any person of color, and you fighting for their lives, you're literally putting your body in between those people. And once you do that, you lose access to white privilege. Like the white people that are trying to perpetuate the harm on these non-white people will now categorize you in that same group, and you're putting your life on the line, because the people fighting for their rights put their life on the line. For the civil rights, Black people bled and died for us to have civil rights, for us to be able to be looked at as equals within the country, for us to help, just to even be able to vote. So many Black people were strung up in trees just to get us the ability to vote. People will die in order to get freedoms and rights. And I think that us saying that it's dangerous, anytime you are trying to change anything, any system, any injustice, it's always going to be dangerous. There's no safe way to make a change, none. And there's even some people that think that like you have to be even more radical than that, right? But like there's no safe way to effectively make a change.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right about that. But at the same time, I feel like that was a different circumstance. I think because that came about because, you know, us being Black people, we were American citizens. We just didn't have the same rights as the whites that were Americans. So I feel like that right there could have been worth fighting for or YT people.
Just white people. I don't like saying like, I don't characterize people as like whites or Blacks or Jews. Like it's just dehumanizing them. Anyway, go ahead.
So I mean, so I understand those protests that happened back in like the 50s and the 60s, because we were American citizens. Like we had, a lot of us had our slave owners' last name and everything. So I mean, we were just trying to say, well, we're going to be in this country and be a part of this country, and we built this country. We need to have equal rights. So I can understand a protest like that.
But you know what's jacked up though? You know what's jacked up? Yeah. Like, so this is the issue that I have with anyone, especially Black people, the Black people that actually sit here and say like, oh, I'm good with what ICE is doing. It's the same problem that I have with Jewish people who support what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. And the reason why I say that, right, is because when you talk about like Black people, the fact that our ancestors had to endure chattel slavery, and not only chattel slavery, but we had to go through years and years and years of reclamation, Jim Crow, segregation, like all this other stuff. And we've been, disenfranchised in multiple ways throughout the history of us being within this country. And understanding that, how could we ever support anyone else being disenfranchised? Like that doesn't make sense to me. And so that's why I say, like, any Jewish people that support what's happening to like Palestinians after going through the Holocaust, like, how could you sit here and support that? None of that makes sense. If you're a part of a disenfranchised group that has been overwhelmingly harmed, then how can you ever support anyone overwhelmingly harming another group? And so us sitting here saying like, oh, these undocumented immigrants and all this other stuff, they shouldn't be here, No, like, yes, they're here, but they deserve human rights and they deserve constitutional rights. Like, we don't have to engage the way that we're engaging, because we should be able to do things without harming people.
Yeah. That's true. Like I said, the way I sum up ICE is like they operate in a gray area. It's like they're definitely not following all the rules. They're not going by the book, the straight and narrow, like 100% of the time. I know that. I know that for a fact. But at the same time, it's like they're still kind of being affected. They've got, I think it's about 300-some thousand people they got out of here. Although, like I said,
ICE is the modern day slave catchers.
But
ICE is acting as modern day slave catchers. Like that's who they are, and that's what they're doing. And not only are they doing that, they're not even functioning within the limits or the parameter of who they are or what they're supposed to be doing, right? You can talk about the fact that they don't have authority over United States citizens, but yet they continue to try to detain and harm United States citizens. You can talk about that, but you can also talk about them not even being effective in the thing that they're supposed to be doing, which is deportation. Like, Donald Trump is deporting at a lower rate than Joe Biden or Barack Obama, after putting so much money and so much energy and efforts into deportation, and he's still doing a worse job. Like, so none of this makes sense. You can talk about like what ICE is or isn't doing, but like when we start talking about them, do you know who Keith Porter is, Jay?
Oh, hold on. I heard that name before. Keith Porter. Isn't he wasn't he the guy that was wasn't he deported even though he was like he was on an American base in Germany or something like that?
Nope.
That's not him?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, who that was? I'm thinking about somebody else. But I have heard that name before, though. You have to refresh my memory.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to thank a couple of people, and then I'm going to tell you about Keith Porter and why. Keith Porter is the prime example why Black people should not be supporting ICE in any way, shape, nor form. W's in the chat for Renell for the $10 donation. Holy shit, Renell, thank you so much for the 10. Say, dude, I went to the Royal Rumble as a kid and watched Hulk Hogan fight Andre the Giant. Just a little fun match. Much love. Renell, thank you so much for the $10. One, number two, fuck Hulk Hogan. And number three, I haven't been to the Royal Rumble. I've been to two of the big four. I've been to Survivor Series and I've been to WrestleMania, but I haven't been to the Royal Rumble. I always wanted to go to the Royal Rumble because it's around my birthday, but I've just never went. And I've never been to SummerSlam. But W's in the chat for Renell. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. W's in the chat for Stacy for the $5 donation, saying they say do it the right way when it comes to people coming into the country, but they don't want ICE to do it the right way. Exactly. Like, they give these leniencies and like this coverage for ICE. It's fucking wild. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Demeen. Sorry if I'm messing up your name. Sent a $5 donation saying, does this fool realize that all the freedoms we enjoy today from public is from public disruption? That's what I was saying. Labor rights, women's rights, civil rights, queer rights. They were all bloody. The world, the whole Civil War was fought over it. Like, literally, it's all going to be dangerous and people are going to die. And yes, that's the cost of fighting for freedoms.
W's in chat for Gucci for the $5. Hey, Gucci for the $5 donation saying, if I'm driving and I get killed by a drunk driver, is it my fault for being on the road? That's a good question. What do you think, Jay?
Oh, wait. Repeat her question. Was that a question from a commenter?
Yes. If no, that was a donation. If she's driving and she gets killed by a drunk driver on the road, is it her fault?
Oh no, not at all. No.
So why would you blame people who lose their lives for engaging in day-to-day activities? Like ICE is taking their lives, but you're saying it's their fault. But in like that situation, you think it's the fault of the drunk driver?
Now, when it comes to the ICE situation, now if you have an innocent person who's just trying to, like I heard about the flashbang. Apparently, this family was just coming from a school function, and they were just trying to go home. And the driver, which was the dad, he said he was telling ICE, because ICE was trying to get him to keep going. And he was telling ICE that he couldn't go because everybody was in the way. That's what I read. And then
let's do this. I don't want to go too far down that road. I think Gucci was just hoping for an answer, but I think it kind of went overhead, but that's fine. W's in the chat for D for the $19.99 super chat. Just sent the super chat. No message, just some love. Thank you so much, D. And last but not least, W's in the chat for straight ripping for the $2 super chat to say who should be deported, why, and how. I think that deportation is stupid. I think we should go the route of mass amnesty. And if we can provide mass amnesty, there's so many different positive boosts that we can get. And then we can talk about deportation. W's in the chat for everyone who support the lives, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Jay.
I actually agree with that, believe it or not. Oh, okay, yeah. Go
mass
ahead.
Amnesty?
Yeah. It'd be a lot easier if everybody would just get mass amnesty, and then whoever are the criminals.
Then why the fuck are you supporting ICE? I'm so confused by everything else that you've said.
No,
everything else that you said does not align with you supporting like ICE. Like none of that makes sense.
Well, I only support them because we don't have mass amnesty right now. But if we do that, then you should
be advocating for mass amnesty. Then this administration isn't going to shift towards mass amnesty. Like okay, you coming up here saying that you're a Trump supporter, right?
Yeah.
You have the burden to hold your politicians accountable, the people that you voted for. Like it's your responsibility to make sure that they do the right thing, accordance with the people. And so, if you gave your vote to Donald Trump and you believe in mass amnesty, that's something that you should be advocating for instead of mass deportation, because those two things are diametrically opposed.
Yeah, I understand. But I think since we don't have that right now, I just don't think it's favorable for us to have just people just pouring in like uncontrollably at the border. That's not sustainable at some point.
Cool. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Because I got to grab something really quick, but I'm going to be listening. So you're not going to see me for like 2 seconds. But what I want you to do, Jay, is explain to me what overarching harm do you think that undocumented immigrants has had on coming into the country, and also tell me like where do you think it started? Because I want to understand like in your mind, when did it start and why? What are the negative things that have happened from it that would actually get you to say like the deportation is a good idea? So you're not going to see me for a few seconds, but I'll be listening. Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the one thing I could think of offhand is like just housing prices and stuff like that. I mean, when you have an influx of immigrants just flooding across the border, I mean, that will raise, property prices and everything like that, as far as like rent, mortgages and all that, stuff like that, taxes, so that's the first thing I think of And the second thing I think of is, though, you know, we do have, even though we have lots of people that come here, you know, honest people who are looking for work, it's also an easy way for like drug cartel, you know, or I don't know, I'm not know if I'm allowed to say that word, but it's an easy way for like cartels to come in with their stuff too. Like it's an easy way for criminals to come here and you know, do their criminal activity as well. So it's like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I mean, you got people that come here, you know, look for honest, live the American dream, but it also makes it easy for the bad guys to come in and just, you know, flood our nation with crime and, you know, drugs and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I just feel like, you know.
Yeah, so like the premise that you know, the reason why the housing market is where it is because undocumented immigrants, that's absolutely incorrect. Like the reason why the housing market is where it is because Donald Trump, right, directly deregulated the housing protections and allowed corporations to go in and buy up these single family homes. And we have the structure, we have like the homes, but it's owned by corporations, right? It's not because of undocumented immigrants coming into the country. It's literally because corporations own so much of those single family homes. But then you also talk about like taxes. Undocumented immigrants pay billions of dollars in taxes every year. And that's not just even like the actual money that they pay for taxes, but they support local states and local taxes by just living in those areas, right? You got to pay taxes on groceries if you buy, you know, alcohol or like all this other stuff. So like the premise that they're coming in and they're taking away is just false, right? I mean, even if you talk about like undocumented immigrants and the age that they normally enter into the country, they come into the country and they're already of working age and they enter the workforce versus like, you know, we have millions of Americans who are underage they're a drain on the system in the sense that they're not even of working age right now. So I think those things are just like, they contradict. It's all been, you know, you've been propagandizing and believing like for some reason them being here is wrong. All right. And even if you talk about like them taking away work from other people, it's literally because the corporations are willing to pay them under the table because they know that they can pay them less and they can have the threat of like deportation over their head. We should be targeting those corporations that exploit them.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, because that actually encourages, you know, undocumented or illegals to come through when they hear about stuff like this. Or you can work here, but they'll pay you on, you know, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that could be changed that could at least, I would say at least kind of, you know, weed out the good ones from the bad ones, because that's the only thing that's one of my major concerns I have with the border. That's one of my major things I have
coming in.
Yeah, because I mean, it'll be easy for them to also.
Why do you support a criminal?
Like, I understand that you have people say what?
Why do you support a criminal?
Why do I support him? I don't think, man, what he gave a payment to Stormy Daniels. I mean, I don't know if that's really that bad. I mean,
Donald Trump is not only a 34 count criminal. He's not only a 34 count criminal. I mean, he's a felon. He's a 34 count felon. Like that's true. But like Donald Trump is someone who has actively participated in crime in multiple ways, right? You could talk about him trying to overthrow the United States government, right? That's a huge thing. You can talk about his family defrauding cancer patients. That's a big thing. You can talk about him having over 4,000 lawsuits prior to him even running for office. Donald Trump is legendary for hiring contractors and then breaking the contract after they complete the work, him not paying people. But then you can also talk about his proximity to crime, right? Donald Trump, did you know that at the end of last year, Donald Trump pardoned the former president of Honduras? Did you hear about that one?
He did what to the president of Honduras?
He pardoned the former president of Honduras.
He pardoned him, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he was the one that was running it. Could I say drugs on here?
You could
Or
say
Smudge.
D-Rugs. You just it's fine. Just you can't say the name of it. Yeah, Donald Trump pardoned the former president of Honduras who brought 400 tons of booger sugar into the U.S. and also weapons. Right, but that's not it. Donald Trump also pardoned like people who've defrauded and scammed American citizens, whether it's in healthcare, crypto. Like Donald Trump he pardoned the guy that what's his name from the Silk Road that allowed like all of those things. Donald Trump has been in proximity and giving protections for criminals at the same time as being a criminal. So I mean, again, I think the premise as far as like him protecting anyone that is like not a criminal. I'm sorry, him protecting us from criminals. That's not true. That's not true. Like not even close to being true.
Well, I mean, I don't know what his personal reasons are for doing that or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, just looking at it from just a person, just a citizen, just observing, just looking at it. Me personally, I know that that'll just be an easy way for cartels and stuff to come through here too. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know now as far as why
Donald Trump pardoned an actual drug dealer.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
400 tons of booger sugar.
Look, maybe they made a deal behind closed doors or something. I don't know how they went down, why it went down, but that don't mean that the rest of them should be able to come too, though. Come across it either. So I'm just looking at it like that.
Donald Trump. Do you know who George DeSantis is?
No, I don't.
George DeSantis is
that sounds like a politician.
Yes, former Congress House member from New York that was thrown in jail for defrauding and constituents, stealing campaign finances, like all kind of stuff, right? Donald Trump pardoned him.
Okay.
Donald Trump just pardoned him.
I think he has a thing for like white collar criminals.
George Santos, not DeSantos. Sorry, George Santos. I was thinking of Ron DeSantos. Yeah, George Santos. Sorry.
He do a little, he do his white collar shit. Like I think he got a problem with. I think he got a certain connection with white collar type people, criminals or whatever. I don't know.
Does that make it okay?
But, nah, it doesn't make it okay. But I wouldn't say that it's as worse as a schmurderer. Somebody who comes over here just often people.
Jay, question: Have you always voted Republican?
Oh yeah, I've been a Republican since high school, and I'm 38 years old.
Why?
But I did vote for Obama twice though. I gave him my vote twice.
Who'd you vote for in 2016?
I voted for Trump.
Who'd you vote for in 2020?
Or no. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, in 2020, I voted for Trump too. Yeah.
So you triple Trump.
Yeah. I voted for Trump 3 times. Yeah. I've always liked Trump. I've always been a fan of Trump ever since The Apprentice. Like, so I always thought he would be a cool.
Oh, so you're just a fan.
Well, I'm a fan, but I'm also, I do like a few of his. Like I said, I like when he was talking about the immigration, and I did like the no tax on tips, even though and no tax on overtime. Even though he might not get around to doing that, I don't even know how he's going to implement that. But it was something that made me be like, okay, maybe I could vote for this. That sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one more. I'm gonna try one more angle, because I really want to see if I can break through on this. I'm gonna hit you with one last thing because stuff isn't adding up for me. But give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna thank a couple of people, and then I want to go one more direction. Debbie's in the chat for Mia, who sent a $10 donation for coffee, gas, pizza, and fun. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much. I actually, you know what? Thank you so much for the $10. I have to take my boys to basketball practice today. And after that, I think I will use this $10 and put it towards pizza. So I'm sure they will absolutely be thrilled to know that they get pizza. Debbie's in the chat for Indigo for the $10 donation saying you deserve all the love you get. Don't downplay it. I'm sorry, $11 donation. Indigo, thank you so much for the $11. I'll take the love. You're awesome. Thank you. W's in chat for Gucci is a $5 donation saying, I don't know why they think influx of immigrant would raise prices, but if there were laws in place to prevent it from happening, then it wouldn't be a problem. It's almost if we had a candidate who wanted to tackle price gouging, right? Fucking right, Gucci. W's in the chat for Gucci. W's in the chat for Kara for the $1 donation saying, another group I hadn't heard of, talked about yet was international adoptees didn't believe their docs, Korean especially, as they don't have birth certificates. Oh yeah. No, listen, there's actively harm being done to all undocumented immigrants and invalidating people as far as whatever paperwork they have, documentation, birth. Yeah, that's a whole thing. W's in the chat for Kara for the $1 donation. W's in the chat for Rust Belt for the $5 super chat to say, we're not being invaded by hordes of dangerous immigrants. You're falling for the propaganda paid for by the rich, meant to divide us. I couldn't agree more. It's all propaganda. And last but not least, guys, holy fuck. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for, I think it's pronounced Camise. Holy fuck. W's in the chat for Camise for the $50 donation saying, guest says he doesn't feel bad about any protesters that get killed. Guest, please go tell your children that you won't feel bad for them if they lose their lives in protest. When did don't tread on me turn into die or comply? Yeah, they're literally using that terminology. Literally, no lie. They're literally saying, if you comply, you won't die. That's fucking wild. That's madness. Remember when 2A was going to protect us from tyranny? Yes. You see how, since black people start showing up with their weapons, ICE is starting to pull back on it. I'm just saying. People actively participating in their Second Amendment right for open carry and all that. ICE is pulling back. Fucking W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Cat Whiskers for the $20 super chat said for the pizza. Listen, fucking right. We will eat a ton of pizza. That's what we do. We love pizza. We're fucking Ninja Turtles. W's in the chat for Stacey for the $25 donation saying, sick of black people making us look stupid. I am too, Stacey. It's tiring. W's in chat for all the donors, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Jay, I'm one last angle.
Yeah. Okay.
You support Donald Trump in the deportation efforts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Donald Trump ran on mass deportation, right?
Yeah.
He said that he was going to get the criminals out of the country, right?
Yeah. Sure did. Yeah.
Okay. So Donald Trump has given ICE the 14th largest budget when you compare military budgets across the world. ICE, who isn't a military, has the 14th largest budget in the world. All right. Donald Trump ran on mass deportation, gave them the 14th largest budget, and also has given them coverage to be able to do the things they do. Literally, he said that they have federal immunity. He said that he's going to go after any governors that try to hold them accountable. He's reduced the standards, right? It now takes, you can become an ICE agent quicker than it takes to become a barber, right? To get a barber's license. They repealed the couple of different measures for the background check. They put in bonuses up to $50,000 to encourage people to come in to join ICE. They removed the physical portion as far as being able to pass the physical testing. And they also allocated over 20% of other federal policing agencies to support ICE, like the FBI, like the U.S. Marshals. So Donald Trump did all of that, right? All of that while at the same time violating the constitutional rights of not only undocumented immigrants, but U.S. citizen. We are now placed on we're on a humanitarian crisis watch list, right? Like literally first time crisis watch list. And also Donald Trump cost tourism
billions of dollars, right? We lost billions of dollars in tourism, including like over $85 billion in Las Vegas. We lost money in tourism in places like New York, California, because Canadians specifically aren't coming here and spending money. They're also boycotting our actual goods as far as buying that. We have like our allies who have started to create other strategic partnerships to bypass the US, right? Canada and Mexico created a partnership where they could use a waterway to move things back and forth instead of driving through the US. And Canada has now created this massive partnership with China, all because of Donald Trump's deportation effort, right? All of this is all connected. And Donald Trump is still deporting at a lower rate than Barack Obama and Joe Biden. So my question is, Jay, understanding that all the things that Donald Trump has given up and done, and the coverage that he's given, the money, the support, and they're still not doing their jobs. They're still not actually able to deport people. Isn't that enough for you to at least say, like, you know what? What's the point of doing all of this, spending all this money, causing all of this money, causing people to lose their lives, violating rights, all of these things, but they're still not deporting at the same level as the last two Democratic administrations? Isn't that at least enough for you to like, this is stupid, we should be doing something else?
Well, first, before I would even think of saying something like that, I would have to at least let him get to his third year. I mean, it's only been 1 year, so
why?
I mean, because
why the third year?
Because that's enough time to really see where the money, see if the money was well spent. You know, we only a year in, so we really got.
They spent the money on hiring more ICE agents. They spent the money on buying military grade equipment for ICE agents. They spent the money on social media influencers. Did you know that ICE is actively looking to hire right-wing social media influencers to actually push the goodness of ICE out there in multiple forms, in the sense of like they're looking for targeting men who frequent things like NASCAR events, bull riding, gun shows, things like that. They have a sense of patriotic background, and they have a favorable viewpoint of ICE, and they're literally hiring influencers to push that message out to boost their recruiting. So like they've spent the money. Yeah, they've literally spent the money. So why do we have to wait? It's been almost a year of this process. We felt the negative impacts in multiple ways. Again, the tourism industry has taken such a massive blow. So I'm a little confused why we have to wait 3 years.
Well, because I mean, I know when Obama was deporting, a lot of he caught a lot of his people like near the border. But when Trump came in this time, so many people had already made it into the interior of the country. That's why ICE is having to go to all these different cities now.
That's not true.
They've already
that's not why.
That is
Donald Trump expedited removal because he wanted to go into these blue states. Like, you don't see him doing these same things in these red states. I'm sorry.
You know how many people was sent to Chicago? You know how many illegal immigrants was sent to Chicago?
Undocumented immigrants. How did they get to Chicago?
Yeah, I remember because they were coming in through Texas, and the Texas governor put them on a bus and sent them up to the sanctuary city. Which I don't blame them for
it's
doing.
Literally the Republicans that sent them to Chicago. So what are we even talking about? You know that the Republicans did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. They sent them to Chicago, but I'm just, the only reason I say that is because I'm trying to get you to see that there are millions.
Also, they weren't undocumented immigrants. Sorry, I gotta correct that. They're undocumented. They weren't undocumented immigrants. They were literally legal asylum seekers. That's why not only was Greg Abbott, but Ron DeSantis down in Florida did it as well. They shipped legal asylum seekers to blue states, New York, Chicago, all this other stuff, And then not only did they send the people, but they kept the federal funding that comes along with asylum seekers. Like the federal government allocates additional funds to those states that have, asylum seekers that come into it. And those Republican governors shipped out the people, but kept the money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I didn't go that deep with it, but I mean, I didn't even know that. But I was just trying to paint a picture for you, like how many people are actually in the interior of the country. That's why ICE is having to do it this way.
But again, the people that were shipped there have nothing to do with undocumented immigrants. The reason why Barack Obama and Joe Biden were so successful is because they leaned into expedited removal. They targeted those border areas. They targeted people that have been in the country for less than 2 years. Like they did these things, and that's why they were so successful. But also, the reason why Donald Trump isn't successful with deportation and his deportation rate is because he's using ICE to round up undocumented immigrants so he can sell them into free slave labor and send them to concentration camps. That's why. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Found that at?
Yeah, the undocumented immigrants are being used for free slave labor.
I'm saying, but where did you find that at? Who said
multiple areas? I'll break it down for you. Don't worry about it. Did you know that we still have legal slavery here in the United States today?
Nah, I ain't know that.
Do you know what the 13th Amendment is?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't know all the amendments by heart.
Sure, don't worry. I'll read this off. 13th Amendment, Section 1. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, wherefore the party shall be duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to the jurisdiction.
Okay, so which jurisdiction is still having slaves? Like
all of them. It's prison. Prison is literally the system that's utilized for slavery. And they not only do they take these people and they exploit them because they make them work for free. The point that I'm getting to is Donald Trump and ICE, they're rounding up undocumented immigrants and feeding them into the private prison system. And when they do this, instead of giving them like a trial and then, removing them or whatever, they prolong the process. And so you have undocumented immigrants staying in private prisons for, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months instead of actually, getting a trial and then being deported because they're using them for free slave labor. Have you ever heard of core civics?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Core civics is is one of the major players when it comes to the private prison system within the United States of America. So they're the ones that are directly profiting from this. Now, so with Donald Trump actually rounding these undocumented immigrants up and feeding them to the private prison system, he can't keep them forever, right? And so when they actually do get a trial and it's deemed that they have to be deported, do you know what fulfills the requirement of a deportation? Like how do they get that check in the box as far as officially deporting someone?
From a technical standpoint, from a paperwork standpoint, I couldn't tell you, man. All I could tell you is
yeah. No worries, I got you.
Or visa.
Yeah, no, and I got you.
Like
the way that you actually get credit for deportation is by deporting them back to the country that they originated from, right, where they have citizenship, because this came up as well. So if they're born in another country but they have citizenship in this country, you have to send them to the country they have citizenship with, unless that country has an agreement that they don't take undocumented immigrants, and then you can negotiate a third party country to actually ship them to. So that's how you get credit is by sending them back to the country they came from, or if that country, like Russia, like we don't have an agreement with Russia for them to accept any of their undocumented immigrants. So we would have to send Russian undocumented immigrants to a third party country. That's how you get credit.
Okay, yeah.
You know what Donald Trump is actually doing?
I've heard of that. I didn't. What so maybe he's not doing that.
He's not. He's literally sending them to places like CCOT, You know what CCOT is?
Nah, is that a prison or something?
CCOT is a notorious torture prison in El Salvador, where not only do people get physically and mentally tortured, but literally they kill people. There's, I can't remember the exact number, but over 300 some odd people died at CCOT last year, right? I mean, like Donald Trump is sending them to CCOT, even though they're not from El Salvador. One last,
so how is
one last nugget right here. One last nugget.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guess who has a majority stake in CCOT? Or not a majority stake, but a large stake in CCOT.
Who?
Core
I don't
Civic.
know. I haven't even heard of CCOT.
Core Civic. The same major backers of the private prison system within the United States of America. So they get paid not only for the free slave labor within the United States, but also when they send them to this concentration camp in El Salvador. So Donald Trump is not trying to round up all the bad people and get them out of the country. Donald Trump is just literally trying to make the billionaires richer. And he's using that with black and brown bodies and then covering it up and saying, hey, we got to get these people out of the country. And so you support that, Jay. But Jay, you're supporting people being sold into free slave labor and concentration camp. And you give coverage for Black people to be killed. I don't think I got to tell you about Keith Porter Jr. earlier. Keith Porter Jr. was a Black man that was killed by an off-duty ICE agent. Keith Porter Jr. on New Year's Eve was shooting his weapon. They said it was an AR. He was shooting his weapon off like, you know, most people do in New Year's Eve. An off-duty ICE agent said that he thought that it was active shooter instance, and then he killed Keith Porter Jr. Right? The catch-22 to that is, one, ICE is not police. They're not police, so they don't have the authority to actually engage in those type of things. Two, Keith Porter Jr. was an American citizen. Three, ICE and DHS has not put out any information on the agent that actually did that. There have been no charges. There's no information, all this other stuff. They literally have just tried to sweep it under the rug. That's another Black man that lost his life at the hands of an off-duty ICE agent. So the point that I'm trying to get to, Jay, is Donald Trump and his mass deportation, it's ineffective, it's costly, and it's killing people. And there's no way that you should be here supporting that, because he's not doing any of the things that he's supposed to do.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. In fact, I would have called the cops if I was an ICE agent off duty. I would have just called the cops if I was that scared. But that's just me though. But yeah, man. Like I support ICE for I support what they're trying to do.
Wait, like so even after everything that I just told you, wait, just to clarify, even after everything that I just told you, you still support ICE?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because I know what they're supposed to be doing, what they're trying.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. That makes no sense. How could you hear all of that and then still sit here and say, well, yeah, I still support him? What the fuck? Thank you for the rose, Kiara. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background. We are only looking for some debates. My bad, Solid. I ain't see you in the box. Why you ain't text me?
My bad. I should have.
I started looking around and I don't pay attention like that.
Can I play a sound?
Sure.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, Solid.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no fucking way. W's in chat for Solid. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or you disagree with something on the background. We are only looking for some debates. Alex, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Alex? All right, I'm gonna drop you down. Guys, 2,000 of us hanging out here. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. I know we can do it. I want to push. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, if you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. We're driving to 80,000 followers. So please, please, please hit that follow button. Also, show Solid some love. We got Solid up here. Super Solid in the building. Make sure we show him some love and make sure that we give Solid a follow. He's fucking awesome. Thin Line, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to join.
Oh, no worries. Guys, I'm going to give this announcement right now. Take a look at the bottom. If you see the pink and blue person, you're good. You're good. If you see the pink and blue person, not a problem. But if you see the gray person at the bottom of the screen, that means that you are in the request and you're here and you're ready to debate. So if you see the gray person, you're here, you're ready to debate, please make sure that you are a Trump supporter. Thank you, Jojo. A Trump supporter or someone that disagrees with something on the background. The GOAT, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, man. We talked about a week or so ago, and I only had like 10 minutes on lunch to be able to talk, and then we had to wrap it up. But
oh, okay. Did we start the conversation about white fragility?
Perhaps.
Was that? Okay. Ooh, I want to get back to it. All right. Cool. Can you give me 2 seconds? I got to thank a couple of people. If that's okay.
Okay.
All right. W's in the chat for Mike. What up, Mike? Who sent a $2 donation saying some people just like seeing other people hurt. Fucking facts. It's weird. I don't understand. I'll never get that. W's in the chat for S Dizzy, who sent a $5 super chat to say, I don't get it, brother. I don't get brothers like this, Santana. We have nothing without protesting during civil rights movement. Yeah, that's fucking right. Hey, Solid, did you hear the guy at one point saying that like he thinks that the protesters need to just like get out of the road and you know, like protest that way? It's like fucking weird.
Like they did in Birmingham when they got out of the road in Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking wild.
You know, I agree with that. I think also they should not sit at the counter at Woolworths. And
I had to tell him about sit-ins. He didn't even know. My black people. W's in the chat for Benjamin for the $5 donation saying we're supposed to ignore what he did and wait for the plot twist. Nobody trying to fucking wait for exactly, Benjamin. That's not patience. That's probation with no parole officer. Exactly. That's fucking weird that they always sit here and say like, oh, let's just give them more time and wait. That doesn't make sense. W's in the chat for Nika, who sent a $2 super chat to say nothing about what's happening to kids off CCOT people have taken. I don't know what CC. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know what that is, Nika. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I'll look that up. And guys, holy fucking shit. This is about to be a who's of thank you. Holy fucking shit. First and foremost, massive fucking W's in the chat for Nicole for the $50 donation saying, thank you for what you do. Please remind your guests. I'm sorry, I didn't see this before. Please remind your guests that immigrants pay into Social Security but don't collect it. Ooh, I did talk about that. You're right. But they work in immune compromised conditions, but nothing is done to protect them. Thank you again for what you do. Absolutely, you're fucking right. They pay into so many of these social safety nets, but get nothing out of them. You're fucking awesome. Thank you, guys. W's in the chat for Nicole. Fucking W's in the chat for Michael. Michael sent a $50 donation as well. Said, educating the misinformed isn't easy. Keep up the great work that you do, Michael. You are so fucking amazing. Thank you so much for your love and support. $50 is a crazy amount of money, and I don't deserve that. Like, what are we doing? And guys, last but not least, holy shit. Denise sent a $100 donation. Fucking W's in the chat for Denise. $100 donation saying, for fuck's sakes, this guy wants to give Trump 3 more years. Trump's first term was a clusterfuck of 30,000 lies and 0 promises kept for average folks. It's a cult. It's literally a cult. They'll live on the streets in a soggy refrigerator box for that orange Mussolini food. Exactly, guys. Fucking massive W's in the chat for Denise and Benjamin and Michael and all the donors, guys. You guys are way too
way too kind, way too loving. I mean, I genuinely don't support. I don't deserve the support and love that you guys give me, but I appreciate it so much. And everything, not gonna hold you. Everything is gonna go to all that's gonna go to the boys, because like apparently I don't know what's happening. They think that money grows on trees and like it's weird, and so I'm here with them for I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on the East Coast, but as long as I'm here on the East Coast, then, you know, we're going to be kicking shit. So W's in the chat for all the donors. If anyone else like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and links are in the bio. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Tap the screen, guys. Let's get likes up to 50,000 likes. Hit that follow button if you see the follow button. Follow the backup account and show Solid some love, guys. Let's go ahead and immediately get Solid over 1,000 coins. Please, please, please. There's 2,000 of us hanging out here. We should have Solid over 1,000 coins already. And hit that follow button. Solid is fucking dope. All right. Go. Question for you. Do you agree that specifically white men, the fragility of white men is the reason why we are where we are within our country today?
Can you first define what you mean by fragility?
Yeah. So white men are the only group of people, specifically rich white men, were the only group of people that were given rights when this country was created, right, with the Constitution. And everyone else has had to be given rights since then, and everyone else has had to fight in multiple ways. The majority of the Congress throughout the history of the United States has been white men, like over 90%. And even today, our current Congress is a 74%. It's either 74 or 76, one or two. White men.
71 in the House, 74% in the Senate.
Yeah. So it's overwhelmingly white men. And so white men will often pass laws that will disenfranchise minorities and others. And sometimes they'll pass laws that benefit them, but they never pass laws that directly negatively impact them. And so when you talk about the actual control of the country as a whole, you can talk about where we are and the fact that white men specifically have had all the power, the access to the top of the patriarchal system. But now young white men are being told by older white men that for some reason you're being replaced, right? They directly look at the actual birth rate of the white population. And then they look at, they do things like trying to ban abortion because they say we need more people. But they're also actively trying to keep anyone that's not white out of the country in multiple ways. And so you see this being perpetuated when they're telling that, like, oh, people care about everyone else except you. Like, they don't care about you. And so I say all that to say the active state and history of our country has been driven by the fragility of white men and them thinking that they're being replaced or going to have something taken from them. And so they continue to harm non-white people, and specifically non-white men, because of their fragility.
So where in that was the question?
That wasn't a question. You said, what do I mean by white fragility?
Right. And there was a question kind of stated in there. There was a monologue in there. There was
no question. I just told you why I say that was me telling you what I surmise white fragility is and why I say that the white fragility has caused the fall of America.
So because of my lack of understanding where you're going with this, it must not have been the topic we were discussing last time we were talking, or else I would have.
It might not have been. I thought that it was, so, but I'm not sure.
I know it's been about a week or so ago, and I only had like 10 minutes at the time. But I mean, if you want to engage on this topic, I suppose we can.
Do you
guess
disagree
first
with that
I would
statement?
have to. Which statement?
That white fragility is the reason why we are where we are today in this country.
Absolutely not.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, I think there's, first of all, more than there's probably countless things we could attribute it to. Sorry, my dog's whining. There's countless things we could attribute it to. There are cultural issues. There are are foreign policy issues. There are many different contributing factors. The white man has never been a cause for the quote unquote problems that the country has faced for a very long time. If anything, it's because of the white man that the black person was freed as a slave in the first place. So
really,
all over the world, you're not going to see. All over the world, you're not going to see a country that, or a group of people that made it their concerted effort to free the black man. We're the first one to do it. Yep, we were the one to do it, and you can attribute the freedom and the success of the black person today in America to the white man. So I definitely don't believe that what you said, white fragility, is the cause. If anything, we as the white race have been guilty of many atrocities. We've been responsible for many successes across the world, not just here. And the color of your skin generally doesn't dictate whether you are going to be successful or whether you're going to be harmful to someone. It's actually just the character that you possess.
Well, I see why they call you the GOAT. You up here cooking. Holy smokes. You said a lot. None of it was real or true, but holy shit, you said a lot of words. Really quick. Black people free black people. Literally, black people free black people.
How so?
When were black people freed?
18 can't remember the specific date offhand.
What? Oh, okay. If you can't remember the date, what was the cause of black people being freed?
Well, it was a result of the Civil War. It was the result of Lincoln's policy. It was a result of the winner of the Civil War and their intentions.
Okay. All right. And that's what I was hoping that you were going to say. So you're saying that Lincoln freed the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation. Is that correct?
No, he actually was more opposed to it than history would like us to believe. But as a result of that and other factors, that was probably the bottom line is that it doesn't really matter who freed them. The fact is that I need to wait. Can I land this? Can I land this real quick?
No, I need to be specific.
I have a solid point. Yeah, I have a solid point.
I don't. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to hear the solid point. I want to stay right where I am. No. I want to stay right where I am. The Emancipation Proclamation. Are you saying that it was the actual reason why black people were freed? Yes or no?
Shit. Sorry, the Emancipation Proclamation, am I saying what? You kind of cut out.
Are you saying that the Emancipation Proclamation was the reason black people were freed?
Again, like I said, among other things.
But are you saying that's the primary reason, yes or no?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed on September the 22nd, 1862. It went into effect on January the 1st, 1838. When were the last slaves freed?
I bet it was recent, like in the 90s. But my point that I was going to make was there was someone who was technically declared a slave or whatever, but it's just all.
When was officially chattel slavery? When was officially chattel slavery ended and people were all free?
I don't
across?
know, and I'm not
sure.
This
is the point that I'm trying to get across.
History lesson. I'm trying to actually get to a point instead of just have a history lesson. So what I'm trying to say is
point is more important: the host or the person that doesn't know that black people actually free black people.
That's actually in the eyes of the beholder, and whether the
no,
the
it's in
person
the eyes
hearing
of
it-
it's in the eyes of the account holder, not the beholder. The account hold. Really quick.
So if someone,
I hate
so
to do
if
this.
someone
Don't
beats you in a
worry about it.
debate,
Give me
you
one
didn't
second.
win.
Give me 1 second. I got you. Don't worry. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, This is a mind game. Facts type lies get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this is war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shit.
Is that enough? Are you done yet?
Before you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Hey, Goat, it said sparring with who?
I have no idea.
Sparring with Santana. You should have been listening instead of trying to talk over it. Literally, it said sparring with Santana. This is my show.
I didn't know we were trying to show off our mixtapes here today. I thought we were having a debate.
Yeah, it's not my mixtape, and if it was, it would be platinum. So
great.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Awesome.
The point that I'm making is, I don't care about your opinion.
Let me make my point yet.
I don't care. You're literally letting your white fragility show. So I'm gonna fast track this because at this point you're getting annoying. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1862, went in effect until 1863. The last slaves were freed on June 19th, 1865. The slaves that were freed from Galveston, Texas, was literally done so by Black people. Like, Black people had to go and free those slaves that were still in Texas. So the premise that, oh, white people gave Black people the freedom, it's fucking hilarious when white people are literally the ones that put Black people into chattel slavery, and you think we're gonna fucking pat you on the back saying, oh, we freed Black people. No, the fuck you didn't. Black people freed Black people, and that's the point that I was driving home. Literally, Black people freed Black people. Now,
okay, is it my turn to respond?
Yes, you may speak.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll just respond with this very simple. Do you think that if we decided tomorrow to put you back in slavery, it wouldn't happen?
Correct.
Amen. Checkmate. You lost.
No, how? It wouldn't happen.
You know why? Lost, bro.
You know why? You know why? You know why it wouldn't happen? It wouldn't happen because we are not our ancestors. And we got guns too. Fucking try us. You know what? You know what?
14%.
You know what? You know what? Try Jesus. Don't try me, because I got hands. Fuck out of here.
Someone getting emotional?
Speak with them.
Someone getting emotional?
Mm-mm. It's the point.
Are you butthurt about
You're literally letting your white fragility
actually have no say at all?
If you can put the trolling on pause for a second. All right.
It's just facts. That's all
I'd just
it is.
like to go over the things you actually said.
You said a lot of bullshit, Solid.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was writing it down. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. You backslid. You said white people freed the slaves. Then when Santana asked you, then when you got hung up on the Abraham Lincoln thing, because you contradicted yourself and said, well, the Emancipation Proclamation and Lincoln's policies freed the slaves. But he didn't really want to free the slaves, right? And then you
there's no contradiction there.
And then you said,
there's no contradiction.
It doesn't matter who freed the slaves. But your original claim is that white people freed the slaves, and now you're saying it doesn't matter who freed the slaves. So it's like you don't sound really sure about what you're.
Yeah, white people freed the slaves.
Hey.
Okay, so you're
point blank period.
Standing on business.
Sure. I'm
okay,
sorry,
well that's incorrect.
1 second, Solid. Hey, listen here, baby lamb. Stop speaking while Solid is speaking, one at a time. Let him finish, and then you can reply.
You stop speaking when I'm speaking. How about that?
Yeah. Listen, you're literally letting your white fragility show even more. Shushies, bub. Yeah. Don't make me have to stick a binky. Don't make me have to stick a binky in your mouth. Solid, you got
it. Respectfully, all of that is irrelevant because slavery is still legal in the United States. So, also, white people were not the first folks to abolish slavery. Haitians were. Chattel slavery was abolished first by Haitians. Toussaint did it. So I don't understand that. Let me see here. Oh, this is the one I wanted you to expound upon. You said white people have been responsible for maintaining all the good things. What did you mean by that?
Pardon?
You said white people are responsible for maintaining all the good things. What did you mean by that?
Is that my quote verbatim? I don't remember saying that.
Okay, so then what would be more accurate to what you meant?
I don't know. Can you tell me what my exact quote was so I can tell you what I meant?
The best approximation I could get was white people have been responsible.
Or that's just the biased lens that you heard it through, and now that's your
so
interpretation.
Then correct me. So then tell me what
being
you
such a
said.
whiny coward and answer the question, or
I'm being good faith. Do you know how to be good faith?
You're being a whiny coward. Either actually speak to it directly or clarify yourself.
I'm trying to be good faith, and I'm offering you the opportunity to correct me and say what you actually said.
Where's that?
By the way, displaying white fragility while being in the middle of denying white fragility is the funniest shit.
I never denied white fragility.
They do it
I never denied white because I don't even believe in its existence. So how can I deny something I don't believe exists?
While being fragile. You know what I mean?
Who's fragile? What am I doing this being fragile? Can you at least
does he realize? Wait, hold on.
You want to justify your claim?
Do you realize
what
you just
justify your
did?
claim?
Yes, I'm about to. Do you realize what you just did? I said denying white fragility. You said I never denied it. How can I deny it when I don't even believe it exists? Come on, buddy. Come on, man. You got to be better at this. How you going to be the GOAT and be so bad at this? All right. Okay. Saying you don't believe in it, saying you don't think it exists is denial. I hope I didn't have to paint that out, but I did just in case. Are you okay, bud? So listen, the problem is, GOAT, you don't actually understand these issues.
Nope. Because they're fabricated and made up.
Okay, they're fabricated and made up. Okay.
Yeah, like Transformers and abortion.
Okay.
It's all made up.
Cool.
Hey,
I see you're trying to run. I see you.
Yeah, he is.
He's trying to run. Don't let him.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be really clear. This is your second time you came back because you want to engage. Fucking watch your mouth. Act like you have some type of home training. Act like you were actually raised by a mother, right? And watch your mouth. Don't disrespect people. This is your only warning. Don't do that shit again. Solid, check your text. Don't do that again. Because while you're on my platform, we won't play those games. And you trying to crash out is literally proving that you want to run. You know that you don't have any points. You know that you're cornered. You would much rather crash out so we can kick you versus standing in the paint and trying to defend your point. You're a coward. Stop being a coward. Solid, you got it.
You kick me, you're running, and you're the coward.
No,
there it is.
If you get if you get kicked for actually saying hateful shit or slurring or saying words that you know you can't say on TikTok, you lose. I literally have it right here. You crash out, you lose. That's a crash out, bub. It's already, that's the parameters for joining the live.
Yeah, what words did I use?
In cadre, hold on, go. In cadre, we call this STR, right? Slur to run. It happens when Kadunkachuds realize that they're not good enough to actually compete. So instead of dropping and
slaughter you, bro.
They pretend like they're winning by being muted, right, or by being kicked. It's called STR.
You're running. When you mute somebody, you're running.
Thank you for proving my point.
You're welcome. Wait, I thought Jeff was the prophet.
You're welcome.
Jeff was the prophet. What the fuck is going on, Solid? I thought Jeff was the prophet.
Do you have somebody harder, like somebody more difficult for me? Because this guy, he just keeps like proving me right on accident. Like
when you mute, you run. Yeah, when you mute, you run. That's an objective fact.
Yes, that is something that a runner would say. Yes. Can we continue on with the conversation?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
There you go.
I'm 6 years old.
There you go.
What the fuck?
Yes, I believe it. Now, would you like to continue on with the conversation? I do believe
what even is the conversation?
Oh, white fragility is, I don't believe it's the main thing that's wrong with the country, but I think that it has lended to a great deal of disparities in the country.
That's your opinion. Good for you.
Yeah. If you disagree with my opinion, then your job is to levy a better opinion.
Actually, I would levy a better argument to disprove your opinion rather than just giving my own.
That, please?
Rather than just giving my own. I can't form an opinion on something I don't believe exists. That's my bottom line.
I think Unicorns are fucking adorable. Unicorns don't exist, but
that's because you live in La La Land.
That doesn't mean I don't draw them, doodle them in my notebook. So now I want you to say
Goku versus Superman all the time.
Oh yeah.
Goku's always goated, so that's not even a debate. But
hey, no one cares.
Nevertheless,
Engage with Solid. I was talking to Solid, not you.
Come on, man.
Nevertheless, so
you're just doing the denial? Okay, listen. If
that white fragility exists, yes,
white
I deny
fragility
that
doesn't exist, then how
Correct.
do you explain all the white crash outs?
Explain to me a white crash out. Give me an example, and I can probably explain it.
Right here, right now.
Okay, who's crashing out?
Right here, right now. There is no other place I'd rather be.
Just stating that I'm crashing out doesn't actually mean I'm crashing out, right?
Yeah,
know that,
you
right?
did STR.
What's that?
Slur to run.
Do you even know what good faith debate tactics are? Do you have any idea?
Okay, so are you saying that it was good faith to call trans people transformers?
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's bad faith because
why?
Because
tell me why.
Because socially it's taboo. Because it is agreed upon throughout society that you should not slur marginalized people.
And even more so,
okay. Well, the R word is also.
I've been
the
super
R word
clear on my platform as far as like lines that I don't cross. Right. I've been clear about, and you've been in here listening because I saw you in the request when I told the last guest that we don't call people illegals; they're undocumented immigrants. I said that we don't say the DUMB word. I've clearly outlined multiple parameters within my platform that I don't accept. And so for you to sit up here and say that, while again, this is not your first time here, this is your second time. You were here before and you came back because we didn't get into it. So it's not like you don't know who I am or what my space is about. And you saying that is literally you trying to run because you know you're fucking.
Yeah, we were having a perfectly healthy conversation the
cooked.
last time, and
we were having a perfectly healthy conversation
last time. Maybe we don't make it personal.
in.
Maybe we don't make it personal. Well, this is my specialty. This is what I like to do. Santana likes to let me just have fun with Kadunka Chuds. So I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like me, don't be a soup sandwich, and I won't show up. You know.
Well, if your idea of fun is getting dog walked, then I guess to each his own.
Yeah, that's what's happening here. I'm getting dog
whatever.
walked.
I mean, what do you
Lincoln,
do?
It doesn't matter who freed the slaves. Yeah, that's what's happening here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who freed the slaves.
Listen, what does it or does it not? Because you made the claim that white people freed the slaves, and you brought that up to say that to refute white fragility. So then it matters to you who freed the slaves because you brought it up. So it does matter. Stop lying.
The white people in America. I love how you can't let me talk. I love how you.
Why you always lying?
Wait a minute, Solid. Hold on now.
What's up?
Wait a minute.
Listen, before I knew you had the sound, I had the sound. Before I knew you had the sound, I had it. I got it before.
Lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
So you saying that I got it after you got it?
All I know is
got what?
I have that's proprietary.
Why you lying? Why you always lying?
Touche.
Okay. I've got soundbite fragility is what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Yeah. So listen, you don't know anything about this, bud, and so I think you should
just tell me. Just tell me which one of y'all want the smoke, and then I'll get one of y'all individually and give you the smoke.
Okay. I want you to explain to me how white people have not been affected by a racial propaganda campaign like that of the Daughters of the Confederacy or the Mothers of Liberty, and completely and totally misinformed about issues of race, convinced that we live in a post-racial society, and then how that doesn't affect the socioeconomic attitude toward non-white people.
You're begging the question. You're implying a certain premise that is not agreed upon by all of society. So why don't you make it very concise? Make a very concise claim, such as white people are the result of this or the cause of this, or what have you. Make it more concise, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, the majority of hate crimes are white people.
Yeah, because there's more white people than black people.
Oh, well, so see, here's the deal, but it's rates.
You didn't
like
say per capita.
1350, don't you?
You didn't say per capita, and you know that per capita is actually
That's fine.
racist,
Hey,
right?
listen, let me put it this way. It is more likely that when a hate crime is committed, it will be by a white person.
Okay, define a hate crime.
Than any other racial group.
Okay, define a hate crime.
I don't know. All I know.
You don't know what a hate crime is?
All I know is that the Sentencing Commission says.
So you can make a claim about somebody, but not even knowing the term.
Hey, you remember
Okay,
like
well then
the whole
tell me,
interruption
inform me.
thing?
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is
I thought I was debating solid. Where are you coming from?
Inform me. What is a
I thought I
hate
was
crime?
debating solid.
Stop whining.
That's what I asked you.
Coward.
That's what I asked you.
Fuck up
Well, you said I was wrong. So then you can tell me what it is.
You didn't give me a definition for hate crime. That's all I'm asking you.
A criminal offense motivated by the offender's bias?
That's too vague.
It's too vague. Okay, well then what is it?
Yeah, that's too vague of a definition.
Okay, you're telling me I'm wrong. So now tell me
because
a better definition.
because every crime committed is based on that person's bias. You need to be a little more concise.
Okay, well then give me a better definition.
I would say that a hate crime is a myth, actually, because all crimes that are committed in the pursuance of violence are all committed with hate. So there's no such thing as a hate crime.
Okay. How come the United States Sentencing Commission doesn't agree with you?
Because they're liberal and they're progressive and they have
the United States
need.
Sentencing
They have this
Commission
need.
is liberal.
They have this need.
Okay, substantiate that.
What?
The United States Sentencing Commission substantiate that they're liberal.
Yeah, the entirety of the DOJ and the law enforcement body has always been corrupted by this progressive ideology that minimizes. Hold on. I'm not even done with my claim.
Demonstrate.
I'm not even done with my claim.
Hurry up.
Do you want to stop speaking so I can?
I just want you
That's
to
so
stop
good.
lying.
Thank you, Pookie. Thank
Hurry
you,
up.
Pookie. So
Hurry up.
I'll finish my claim.
Hurry up.
So they have been corrupted by this progressive ideology that minimizes the need for actually punishing crime. That's why you see people released for 14 different violent offenses and then go out to continue to commit murder. That's this ease on crime that has polluted our law enforcement body for decades now. So it's not a matter of absolutely. And it's all down to the bureaucrats and the politicians that create these.
Cool story. How come the prison population has tripled since 1982?
Because they're privately owned. That's why.
Wait. I thought it was because they were liberal. I thought, listen, if
you're asking a different question now.
Punishment
you're
for
asking
crime,
a different question now. Can you track?
If punishment for crime has gotten easier because of libs, how come the prison population is growing?
Because they're privately owned. That's what I said.
They're privately owned, which means, right, that they are now doing kickbacks to law enforcement to fill up their prisons. Yes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They're not.
That's not. It's
Okay,
not a
so then
logical
that's not the
entailment.
explanation.
That's not a logical entailment. No.
Okay.
absolutely
So
not.
then what's the actual explanation then?
Greed. Simple as that.
Greed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid.
So liberal greed is causing them to do more law enforcement and
straw
more
man.
punishment for crime.
Nope. Straw man.
Hey, solid.
Okay.
Try again.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Try again.
I need you to give a coherent answer to my question. If libs have made it less good to punish for crime, why are there more people in prison?
There are more people in general.
There are more people in prison. Okay.
And by proportionality
Has
alone,
the population tripled since 1982?
One second. Solid.
No,
Just
I wouldn't say that.
Holy shit.
Referring back to the text.
I got you.
Yep.
Let me think of how I'm gonna set this up and knock it down. Listen, you know what? I'll just address the overall shit here. You don't know how any of this shit works. You're making it up on the fly. You're trying to dismantle arguments with any
cope.
validation yourself.
Sounds like cope. Make an argument or run
run
and cower. Sounds like cope to me.
This is my
make an argument or
This
run.
is my argument.
Okay.
You couldn't
let's hear
prove
it.
any claims.
Nothing.
I've not been asked to prove any claims yet.
You've been asked to prove several claims.
No, I haven't.
Hold on. I disagree,
Yes, you have.
Solid. I disagree. I do think that Baby Lamb has absolutely proved a claim.
Oh, are you
Absolutely-
butthurt? Are you trying
he's
to?
absolutely
What about
he's
its Kamala?
absolutely proved that white fragility is a
What
thing.
about its
He's absolutely proved
Not
that
Kamala.
he is a crash out. He is so weak. He's so sensitive. He's such a snowflake
It's
that
Kamala.
he can't even get through the whole debate because all he wants to do is whine and cry.
Oh, you're just petty.
He's literally a victim. He's a victim. That's what it is. You have a victim
Coping.
mentality.
You're-
You have a victim
got a
mentality,
victim
Baby
mentality.
Lamb. That is a victim
You'll
mentality.
never be anything in life if you just can't let go
Ex-
of that victim mentality.
Exactly. You need to stop being a victim and grab your bootstraps and pull yourself up, goat. Like,
Finally, we agree.
yeah, grab your bootstraps. Stop claiming to be a victim and pull yourself up. And you know what? I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna give you time to do it. Solid. I'm sorry we had to fast track that, but I like I said, I got a hard
It's all
stop. I got to
good,
get
man.
out here with the boys.
All right, no worries, man. No worries, man. Have a great day. Thanks for having me up. All power to all the people except for Ralph. Do something good for your neighbor. Viva la raza, Ubuntu. Throw more bricks.
Throw more bricks. W's in the chat for Solid. W's in the chat for Solid. Yeah, guys. A couple of quick thank yous. Sorry, I gotta run through this. Let's see here. W's in the chat for Nika for the $2 super chat to say CCOT, kids of CCOT. Really, I didn't know that was a thing. What happened to them? I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll follow up with you, Nika. W's in the chat for Nick for the $10 super chat to say back again, listening to you while I work on my mudroom renovations. Okay. It always blows my mind that people unironically say facts over feelings, but refuse to acknowledge the facts. They never do, Nick. I love you, Santana. Love you too. W's in the chat for Betty for the $2 Canadian super chat to say callers just mad, just made the South Park argument. Yes, they all do. They never get it. They never get it. Ever. Never. And W's in the chat for Wilma for the $5 donation saying, keep shaking up and out. MAGA is a cult. Some of these people live under a damn rock. Thank you for all that you do. Hope you remain calm. And wait, how you remain calm? It blows me. Yeah, I love what you do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I try. I mean, like I have to. You have to try to stay calm. W's in the chat for Kayla for the $5 donation. And just wondering if we could start a GoFundMe for someone who was kidnapped by Velveteen Voldemort. Send that to Kay. Send it to Kay. We can definitely talk about it. Or send it to Kay. Actually, we have a mutual aid email, or if you're in the Discord, you can hit that as well. And W's in the chat for Amanda for the $3.33 donation saying history lesson for your guests. In the beginning, men created problems so they couldn't step in and save the day. We've been stuck in the same loop for all of recorded history. That's a thing. That's literally a thing. Like, you can't sit here and say that you solved the problem that you started. W's in chat for Benjamin for the $5 donation. And if you don't win debates by fraternizing about slavery, just tell us who you are. It's funny when they let the mask slip. That's always interesting to me. And W's in the chat for Gina for the $10 donation saying it's my favorite when you call someone butt bub and you're a disappointed dad voice. Sometimes you're like, yeah, because they're disappointing. W's in chat for MAGA cries for the $2 donation saying just woke up and you're cooking racist trash. Yeah. W's in the chat for MAGA cries with a follow-up $2 donation saying this piece of white trash is forgetting racists like him are the minority and it won't just be black people versus white people. Exactly. MAGA cries, they always forget about you guys. Like they think that all white people are just going to be on their side because they're white. I don't get it. For some reason, that's what they believe. W's in the chat for Kathleen, who sent a $5 donation saying for being intelligent and speaking the truth. Kathleen, thank you so much. W's in the chat for Dragon Lover for the $9 donation saying this clown literally proving what white fragility is. They always do. They always do. And W's in the chat for Barbara for the $5 donation said, tell him to Google white fragility. Love what you do. Thank you so much. You're so fucking awesome. I love you so much more. Guys, W's in the chat for all the donors. Also, look up at the top. You see the word follow. 1.8 thousand of us still hanging out here. You have not followed me. Hit that follow button. Hurry. Hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live, because I go live at random times. Follow the main account. Follow the backup account. Follow both accounts. W's in the chat for all the donors. Guys, I'm sorry this has been a bit of a shorter live today. I might try to come back later if I can, but I have to go. I'm taking the boys to basketball practice, and then we're going to get some pizza and hang out for a while. I took them to see Avatar, Fire and Ash yesterday, and they wanted hibachi. Again, these kids are fucking expensive. So I got to get out of here. We got to get out of the door so we can go watch them practice. I will, like I said, I'll try to be back later if I can. It will depend, but make sure you hit that follow button, turn on notifications. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up before you leave. And yeah, let's go.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing.
Mike Hot.
Who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate.
This is
a mind game. Facts type
what?
life. Get left in chain.
Yeah.
One wrong word, you slapped out your name.
This ain't
TikTok G's.
This
is war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey, W's in the chat for the chat. You guys are fucking awesome. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm grateful that you guys hung out with me. Again, I'm trying to somehow create like a normal schedule. I don't know. I'm on the East Coast. I'm here because of some stuff that's happening, and so I honestly don't know how long I'll be here or when I'm going to be able to head back home. And I can't just throw out a normal schedule because of like everything that's happening. So I promise you, I'll try to be around as much as I possibly can. But hit the follow button, turn on notifications, and I promise you I will see you around later. So I don't know if I'll be back tonight. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, but I will be back at some time. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love you guys. I do. Guys, thank you for all the gifts, the taps, the likes, the shares. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the love and support. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you for being amazing. Continue to be the cutest, most lovable damn chat in all the world. I love you all. And as always,